This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Most High shall fight for thee." And I give all praises to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And one of the most important things y'all have to understand about this thing that we call the knowledge, the truth, whatever you want to call it, this isn't no trend. This isn't a feeling, an in-the-moment type of thing. This is a covenant. When the Most High reveals to you the truth and the understanding, you can't just get out of it, bruh. It's literally blood in, blood out. Why? Because it's a covenant. And anytime something is a covenant, it means that blood is required. Why do you think Yahawashi had to go on that cross and shed his blood? Because he was sealing a new covenant. And understand that if the Most High has pulled you in and giving you knowledge about the world and giving you a blessing to be able to see the world that the vast majority of people can't see, this isn't something that you can just immediately walk out and think, oh, that was fun. That was a good 2 years being a Hebrew Israelite. That was a good 6 months. Them holy feast days was good. Because the Most High don't look at it like that. The book of John chapter 4 and 24 says that the true worshipers of the Most High must worship him in spirit and in truth. And when you're somebody who stands for the truth in a world that loves lies, that loves wickedness, that calls good evil and evil good, oftentimes, bro, it's going to cost you your life in a multitude of ways. Even in the book of Revelation chapter 2 and 10, Yahawashi says, "Be faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." You see, everybody in life, they want things easy. They read the Bible, they pick it up, they go to the church, they pray to white Jesus, they have a feel-good prosperity gospel, and they don't understand the bitter aspects of the truth. But there's beauty in the bitterness, because when you're somebody who's able to put your life on the line, to sacrifice your body for the greater good of the Most High's will, he will love you so much for it. Think about our forefathers. Think about Stephen. When he was honoring the Most High, doing his duty within the church for the apostles, he had the Pharisees and many of the other people of the land literally stone him to death. And before he was about to die, he looked up in the sky and saw Yahawah and Yahawashi looking down on him. And the reason why I'm leading with this is because as we start to see the beast system continue to be built up, continue to be brought out on the main stage. We've seen all these new reports about how AI is going to replace 50% of entry jobs within the next 5 years. You have all these different CEOs of these huge corporations talking about how nanotechnology is going to be brought into people so they can be immortal. And of course, y'all brothers who do some real research on these things, you understand what's coming on, bro. We're going to be in a time of great tribulation. And that's the reason why you need to remember these scriptures, because if you're not willing to put your life on the line and be able to go through those excruciating moments of sorrow, of giving everything up, you're not going to make it through, bruh. I'm just being honest with y'all. Matthew 16 and 25, Yahawashi himself says, "He who loseth his life for my name's sake shall find it." And when he was talking about that, he was talking about the way that you live, the way that you think, the way that you view the world. Whatever you had in this life is more than likely going to get taken away. You might be blessed enough to have a blessing with a family and children and a nice house. But in the times that we're entering in, brothers and sisters, man, we're entering in a time of destruction, of plagues, of famine, of war, of inflation. And whatever dreams you might have thought you might have had when you were 5, 10, 15 years old, there's going to come a point in time where the Most High is going to require it of you. And you have to understand that that is the most beautiful aspect of your life, because you are literally doing what Yahawashi did. Yahawashi stood for the truth so much he gave up his family. He gave up his status. He gave up the comfort of his life, the money he made as a carpenter. And he became homeless. He became the figurehead of hatred and vitriol from his own countrymen, because he knew he was doing the greatest work that the Most High could put any man unto. And when you read the book of Revelation chapter 24, where it says, "I saw thrones, and they sat on them, and judgment was committed to them. And then I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded." They had been beheaded for the witness to Yahawashi and for the word of the Most High, who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received his mark on their foreheads or on their hands, that they lived and reigned with Hamashiach for 1,000 years. That may be you. Who knows? We're in a blessed generation where some of us may not see death before Yahawashi comes. Again, I'm not a prophet. I don't know the exact time. No man does. Only Yahawah himself does. But the way things are shaping up, the way society is crumbling, the way the next 10 to 15 years is looking, the life that you brothers know and love, the computer that you listen to me on your phone, the car you driving, that shit gonna be gone, bruh. And are you gonna really be able to strive for the truth that you know, that you proclaim, that you tell the Most High you're thankful for each and every day, and be willing to give up everything in the physical so that way you can cash in on the spiritual? Because I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. A lot of people gonna crack. You know, they always say pressure bursts pipes, and the greatest pressure the Most High is gonna put us through is great tribulation. You already see the signs of cracking. People complaining that they can't even live their life. They can't buy a house. They can't buy a car. They can't afford a kid. They can't go on trips. And this is nothing. We ain't in hyperinflation. This is 10, 15, 20% year over year. So can you imagine when all these other countries dump the dollar and you go in the store and it's $30 for some bread, $50 for some meat, $23 for a carton of milk or a glass of milk, whatever. That's you losing your life. That's a part of it. When there's rioting in the streets because the people don't listen to the rulers of this land, you have to run away from your home, run away from your suburbs because things is getting too crazy. It's chaos. It's warheads coming down, hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, people out there looting in the streets, and you gotta run into the wilderness and go away from human civilization that you have never seen before, and you gotta walk on faith, bruh. That's you giving your life. Yahawashi was willing to give his life for the sacrifice of Israel. The prophets of the Most High. Think about Jeremiah. Think about Elijah. Think about John the Baptist. The man got beheaded for standing against the adultery of Herod. Think about Joshua when he said, "As for me this day, me and my family will serve the Lord." Think about Moses, prince of the daughter of Pharaoh, and he had to give it all up and follow people into the wilderness for 40 years. Are you willing to be out there for 40 years? Are you willing to give up the luxuries of this life? Because that's what it is. Because we ain't going into the times of peace and prosperity. We are going into it, but before then we're going into birthing pains, excruciating pains like the woman, like your mother or your sister or your wife goes through before she has that beautiful blessing that you call a baby. Where the beautiful blessing of the Most High is the nation of Israel being in its kingship. But you're going to have to go through that pain. Brothers going to have to go through massive pain and suffering because this beast that's being set up, it's not friendly. Think about your forefathers in the Maccabees. Brothers who chose not to eat pork was killed on a stake. Brothers who chose not to sit down and serve these gods, killed instantly. Mothers and children boiled to death because they didn't want to be a part of the Greek custom. And think about what Daniel chapter 7 and 19 says. It says this horrible, terrible beast would make war against the saints. None of y'all brothers been to war. None of y'all brothers know the psychological pain of being out there, not knowing who's for you, who's against you, who's trying to rob you, who's trying to kill you, who's trying to burn you at the stake. They're going to make war against the children of the Most High. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7 and verse 12. The dragon will come down with great wrath upon the saints, that you have to flee into the wilderness. And he will make persecution against you. And you know what that persecution looks like? It looks like reading the Georgia Guidestones and understanding that they want to depopulate the earth down to 500 million people, replacing you with a robot, AI. So that way you have nowhere to go. You're going to be homeless. They have all these houses and all these places for you to live, but they want you to be homeless because they want to make sure you understand who's ruling the earth. Are you really going to stand for the God that you proclaim that you love so much? Well, this is our God, AI. And you either going to bow down to it, you're going to bow down to the goat God, you're going to bow down to Pan, Bacchus, Man Boy Love, follow the one world religion, get that mark of the beast in your hand, or we're going to persecute you and rid you off of the earth. That's literally what their plan is. Look at China. You don't have no freedom of speech. You think if I made a video like this, I'd be even on the internet? No. I'd be taken away, taken style. Sent to the Chinese version of Guantanamo Bay, and you would never hear from me again. But I have to stand up for the truth. The men of the Most High, the brothers who want to go out here and teach the message and teach to other people, they're going to take you too. Lord forbid, but that may be in your lot. That's why Yahawashi said, be faithful unto death, even though the devil will throw some of you in prison and you will be tried 10 days, brothers. It's crazy. And just when you brothers get into the faith and it hits you, especially during the time of C-19, bruh, when you realize like, damn, the mark of the beast may be here and I might have to give it all up. I might have to be homeless. A lot of y'all brothers was going through stress. I was going through stress. Realizing that if you didn't take the V card, you lose your job, you lose your comfort. People within your family was turning on you. And brother, that was just a prelude. That was just a preview for the real tribulation that the Most High is setting up. So are you willing to go through that again times 10, times 50, times 100? Are you willing to do it? When they setting up a surveillance system, a social credit system, they're able to track your every move. They know everything about you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now with AI. You can't run from that. You can't buy guns from that. You can't have canned food and water. I mean, you could try your best. The Most High give you grace. All praises to the Most High. But let's be real, bro. Evaluate your situation. You might have to give it all up and make the ultimate sacrifice. In fact, you are going to have to give it all up. But it may have to come to the point where you have to give your life up. And all throughout your life, from the time that the Most High revealed unto you through the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and gave you the wisdom, you have to understand all the things that have been happening to you are building up to this moment. Whether it's you losing the image of who you are on social media and being ridiculed by your friends and family. Whether it's you losing financial provisions because you chose not to work on the Sabbath and you lost money. Or you chose to stand for holy days and didn't want to partake of pagan festivals like Saturnalia and the Brumalia and Easter. And you said, no, I'm not going for it. And people look at you crazy. Some brothers got fired from their job. But remember the second half of what I'm telling you. It's not just about striving for the truth unto death. It's also the aspect that the Most High shall fight for thee. I don't give a damn what's coming my way. And I know I'm talking like this now, but I pray the Most High keep this spirit on me and all y'all. Because who cares what these people gonna do to us? It's easier said than done, but if the Most High be with us, who can be against us? Look at the time of Daniel, thrown into the lion's den. Look at Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Salakia if I misspelled their names. Being thrown into a furnace, and the Most High washed over them. He had Yahawashi with them, covering them. Look at all our forefathers and our foremothers. And when the adversity came, they stuck through it. Go read the book of Hebrews chapter 11 if you want to get, a clear understanding on all the times that your forefathers and foremothers have gone through those times and had blind faith in the Most High, and He brought them out of it stronger. Sirach chapter 2 verse 5, man. So that's just what this is a part of. And you can't compromise. The Most High don't want nobody who's going to compromise. The Most High don't want nobody who's not going to stand. Because what Yahawashi said, if you deny me before man, I would deny you before my Father which is in heaven. So you can enjoy life if you have stuff within this world, but you can't put it over the Most High. You can't, because even Yahawashi himself said the greatest commandment is to love the Most High with all thy mind, thy heart, and thy soul. And again, brothers, I'm going to say this again, but anybody can say they love the Most High when they in an AC, nice house, decent living, even a decent car, bro. But how many people are going to really say they love the Most High when they in the wilderness? When their head is getting lined up, they looking at a guillotine straight through your vertebrae, bro. When your woman say, hey, I can't follow the Most High. I don't want to. I'm going to do and live my life. How you going to go through that emotional trauma? You got to give it up. But that's why Yahawashi said, be faithful unto death. And what did He lead it with in verse 11? He says that he who overcometh shall not be hurt by the second death. So no matter what may happen, if you have to lose everything and even lose your life on this side, you're going to be given the power to overcome death and live forever. And the greatest thing about it is once you come to accept it, it won't trouble you as much. You won't be worried about it as much. You'll be able to accept it and submit unto the Most High, because that's a part of submitting to the word, whether it be the good or whether it be the bad. So I pray that y'all brothers have strength. And one thing I'll tell y'all, if y'all reading the book of Luke, I forgot what chapter it is, chapter 22. But Yahawashi says to pray always that you be worthy to escape the things to come and stand before the Son of Man on a day of judgment. Say it in your prayers every day. Pray to the Most High for strength every single day. And watch how the Most High will work for you. And watch how the Most High will provide for you. And when you have blind faith and you're given that situation where you gotta go into the wilderness, watch how the Most High has that divine intervention. So I give all praises to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Until next time, it's Brother Ash Iba. Signing out.